In the beginning, there was nothing. No sound, no light. No sense of time. Only a silence so deep it swallowed every thought that dared to exist. It was here, in this infinite emptiness, that the seventh Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki, was imprisoned. Sealed away by Kawaki in a dimension without time, without space. Without hope for the world, Naruto was gone. For his village, he was a memory fading into legend. And yet, for the man himself, existence had not ended. Even in the abyss, his heart refused to stop beating. His will, the same unyielding fire that had carried him through every war, still burned. Small, quiet, but eternal. Is this the end? The thought drifted through his mind, barely alive like a whisper carried by a dying wind. No response came, no echo, not even the comfort of pain. He floated through the void, blind to direction, deaf to reality. Time didn't pass. It simply wasn't. But somewhere within that timeless space, something ancient began to stir. At first, it was only warmth. A memory of light. Then a spark. Then a flame. The flame took shape, flickering like the last heartbeat of a fading sun. And in its glow, Naruto felt it. Familiar, powerful, comforting. Kurama, not the full being he once knew, but the essence of him. The lingering soul of the nine-tailed fox that had once shared Naruto's body and heart. "You're still here," Naruto whispered, his voice trembling in disbelief. Kurama's growl echoed softly in the void, less of a sound and more of a vibration that filled the airless dark. "I told you, idiot. I'm part of you. Even death can't change that." Naruto tried to smile, but the weight of his confinement pressed against him like a mountain. "I failed them, Kurama. I failed my family. My village." "No!" the voice thundered back, the flames flaring brighter. "You were sealed away, not defeated. There's a difference." As the warmth grew, the darkness began to tremble, to bend. And from that bending came another presence, vast, calm, and infinite. A figure appeared, walking upon nothing, robes flowing like rivers of light. The legendary sage of six paths, Hagoromo Otsutsuki, stood before Naruto once again. His eyes, glowing with galaxies, looked down upon the Hokage with quiet understanding. "Naruto Uzumaki, you have slept long enough." Naruto bowed his head, his voice raw. "I failed to protect them. Kawaki sealed me away. Maybe this is where I'm meant to stay." Hagoromo's gaze was stern but kind. "You misunderstand your place in this story. Kawaki's seal was not your end, it was your beginning. He gave you something precious, though he did not know it." Naruto frowned. "What could he possibly have given me?" "Time," the sage replied. "Time to see what you truly are." At that moment, the void began to pulse with golden ripples of chakra. Every heartbeat of Naruto's spirit sent waves through the emptiness. Hagoromo lifted his hand, and countless symbols of light formed in the air, ancient runes of chakra, orbiting around Naruto like stars. "During the war, I granted you power, the strength of the six paths, but you never unleashed it completely. You used what was necessary, never what was possible. Why?" Naruto asked, his voice breaking. "Because you feared what you might become. You held on to your humanity so tightly that you never realized. It was your greatest weapon, not your weakness." Kurama's flame roared higher, and Naruto felt his body tremble. Within the golden blaze, visions began to flicker, his past, his youth, every face he had ever sworn to protect. He saw Hinata, smiling softly in the sunlight. He saw Boruto standing proud, refusing to yield. He saw Jiraiya, Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura, and every comrade who had fought beside him through blood and pain. Each memory burned brighter, feeding the flame. Naruto closed his eyes, letting it consume him. He could feel it, the heartbeat of every beast he had once united, the essence of the earth itself pulsing through his veins. The darkness around him cracked. Light poured from his body like a star being born. His eyes opened, no longer blue, but golden. A pattern swirled within them, the fusion of the Rinnegan, the Byakugan, and something new, something divine. A golden Rinne Sharingan, pulsing with celestial energy. Marks of light traced across his skin, ancient seals and Otsutsuki symbols blending with the markings of sage mode. His aura expanded, stretching into infinity. The void itself began to distort under the weight of his chakra. Kurama's voice came again. Quieter now, more a whisper than a roar. You finally get it, don't you? Naruto nodded slowly. I think I do. This isn't about strength. It's about balance. About who I've always been. Then it's time, Hagoromo said. The path of gods and men begins with your next step. Naruto raised his hand. His chakra resonated with the universe itself. And then, with a single motion, the empty world shattered. The fabric of space-time cracked like glass. Through it, blinding golden light spilled outward, tearing open a path between realms. And just like that, the void was gone. The void collapsed behind him like the closing of a cosmic wound. A roar of energy followed, the air itself twisting as dimensions stitched themselves back together. And in the silence that came after, for the first time in what felt like eternity, Naruto breathed. The world was not as he remembered it. The skies burned red, torn apart by streaks of black chakra. The ground was cracked, devoured by roots that pulsed with malevolent life. The divine tree had returned, evolved, corrupted, spreading its hunger across the planet. Above the ruined landscape, war raged. Explosions of chakra tore through the clouds. The air shimmered with heat and smoke. And in the center of that chaos, warriors fought. Desperate, exhausted, outnumbered, Boruto Uzumaki stood at the front lines, his body covered in bruises and cuts, his Jogen glowing like a star against the gloom. Beside him, Sarada and Mitsuki fought with everything they had, but the enemy seemed endless. Creatures born from the Jubie's essence, twisted and multiplied, the Jubie clones. They were unrelenting, each one feeding off the divine tree's dark chakra. Every time one fell, another took its place, more monstrous than the last. The wind howled. The ground trembled. Boruto gritted his teeth, clutching his chest, his chakra nearly drained. He could barely stand, yet he refused to fall. I won't let this world end here, he whispered, his breath ragged. He raised his hand for one more strike, and then everything stopped. The sky split open. A rift of pure golden light tore through the heavens, expanding outward in waves. The battlefield froze. Even the Jubie beasts hesitated, their grotesque eyes turning toward the sky in instinctive terror. Sarada shielded her face, her Sharingan flaring. What is this chakra? The wind screamed, bending trees, crushing stones. The light grew until it filled everything, until even sound was consumed. And from that brilliance, a figure emerged, slowly, gracefully, like a god descending from the stars. The first thing they saw was his silhouette, human, yet not. Then came the glow, gold, burning brighter than the sun. And finally, his face. Naruto Uzumaki had returned. His body radiated power, a cloak of golden flame wrapped around him, not burning but alive, rippling like living sunlight. 10 Magatama orbs rotated in dimensional rings behind his back, leaving trails of light across the sky. His eyes, twin suns, glowed with warmth and infinite depth. No one moved. No one spoke. The world itself seemed to hold its breath. Boruto fell to his knees, disbelief written across his face. Dad? Naruto's lips curved into that same gentle, familiar smile, the one that had given hope to nations. He descended slowly, touching the ground as if gravity itself obeyed him. Sorry I'm late, he said softly. Guess I took the long way back. Boruto's eyes filled with tears, the kind only born from years of loss. I thought you were gone forever. Naruto stepped forward and placed a hand on his son's shoulder. I was never gone. Just waiting. Sometimes even the strongest fire needs time to find its spark again. But far away, watching from the shadows, Kawaki felt the blood drain from his face. The seal he had created, the one no mortal could break, had been undone. Impossible. No, he whispered, clenching his fists. This can't be real. But it was real, and the energy radiating from Naruto was unlike anything the world had ever felt. It was divine, boundless, unfathomable. The Jubie clones began to howl, their instinct screaming of danger. From the divine tree's center, a new form began to emerge, towering, grotesque, pulsating with infinite malice. The Jubie reborn, its eyes opened, black rings spiraling endlessly. It sensed Naruto's presence and roared, a sound that shattered mountains and split the air itself. The very clouds spiraled away from its rage. The sky darkened, turning into a storm of void and lightning. The earth trembled beneath its weight. Naruto's cloak flared. His expression turned solemn, calm. So it begins again, he murmured. The Jubie lunged. A tidal wave of black chakra exploded forward. Swallowing everything in its path, Naruto raised his hand, reality bent. The attack froze midair, its energy unraveling like threads of smoke. Then, with a flick of his wrist, he redirected it into the sky, and it vanished into another dimension entirely. Gasps echoed across the battlefield. Even Sarada, usually composed, stared in awe. He'd warped the Jubie's chakra? Naruto's aura shimmered brighter, every pulse radiating power so pure it cleansed the air. He extended his arm, and chakra gathered at his palm. But not just any chakra. It was cosmic, golden, threaded with every element of creation. The Rasengan took form, vast and radiant, spinning with the light of stars inside it. Lightning, wind, and flame danced together in harmony. It wasn't just a technique, it was a universe compressed into motion. "This is the power of unity," Naruto said, his voice echoing like thunder. "The power of every bond I've ever known." He launched the cosmic Rasengan. The air screamed as it tore through space. When it struck, the Jubie howled in agony, its enormous frame bending and twisting as light pierced through it. Explosions of color flooded the sky, gold, white, and violet colliding in waves that illuminated the entire continent. But the Jubie did not fall easily. From its shattered body, hundreds of smaller forms erupted, spreading like a plague, attacking from every direction. Naruto closed his eyes, and suddenly, 1,000 golden arms of chakra burst from his back, each moving independently. They weaved signs faster than thought itself. A massive barrier formed, a celestial seal, shimmering with divine geometry. Every clone that touched it was erased, their energy purified into light. Boruto and Sarada shielded their eyes from the brightness. When they looked again, the battlefield was silent. Only Naruto stood, his cloak slowly fading into soft embers. The Jubie, colossal and broken, fell to the earth. Its roar turned into a whisper, then into silence. Naruto floated toward it, placing a hand on its forehead. "You were once part of this world's balance," he said gently. "Now return to peace." The monster's energy dissolved, absorbed into Naruto's palm, purified and sealed. The ground stilled. The wind calmed. When he finally turned, his legs weakened. He fell to one knee, breathing heavily. Boruto ran to him instantly, catching his father before he hit the ground. "Dad, you're hurt!" Naruto shook his head with a faint smile. "Not hurt, just tired." "Even gods need to rest sometimes." Boruto's hands trembled. "I thought I'd never see you again." Naruto looked up at his son, proud, calm, resolute. "You kept fighting. That's what matters. You carried my will when I couldn't. You've already surpassed me." For a moment there was silence. Only the wind, soft and cool, moving through the ruins of the battlefield. Then Naruto's expression changed. His gaze turned distant, sensing something beyond the sky. "They know," he said quietly. Boruto frowned. "Who?" Naruto stood, his eyes glowing faintly. "The others. The Otsutsuki across the stars. They've felt my awakening. They'll come for this world." Boruto clenched his fists. "Then let them. We'll stop them together." Naruto smiled again, a small, tired but unbreakable smile. "Yeah, together." He looked toward the horizon where the sun began to rise, painting the sky gold. "If they want this planet, they'll have to go through us." The wind carried his words, spreading them like a promise, from mountain to sea, from sky to heart. The age of gods and mortals had ended. Now began the era of guardians. Father and son, the twin flames of a single destiny, the light that would stand against the darkness of the stars, and so, once more the legend of Naruto Uzumaki burned across the heavens, not as a man, not as a Hokage, but as the Golden Sage, protector of all worlds.